I think you see my screen, right? This time?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then. I am Selma Tekir from İzmir Institute of Technology, İzmir, Turkey. I'm working on natural language processing. Actually, currently, I'm trying to combine symbolic reasoning with NLP methods. This is one of our recent work on text analytics for credibility assessment, and it's an application on gray literature, actually. Okay, this is briefly the outline of my presentation. First, I will describe what is credibility assessment. Then a brief introduction to gray literature. And also the third item, what we actually did. It was a solution provided for author reputation assessment on question answer sites. And I will talk about our experiments and case study and discussion and conclusion. Okay, credibility, information credibility, it's a quite important concept today because, yeah, we are making use of internet and social media, and credibility is a critical issue, whether we should rely on that information or not. Actually, in literature, there are some infrastructure works related to information credibility assessment. One such work is due to Metzger. Metzger tries to define an assessment scheme for information credibility, and he highlights some dimensions of accuracy, authority, objectivity, currency, and coverage or scope. Yeah, if we consider those dimensions, two high-level characteristics can be highlighted: information content-related dimensions and information source-related dimensions. Here, for example, the authority of the knowledge producer, knowledge provider, it is considered in information source aspect, and accuracy, currency, objectivity of information, it is related to information content. Yes, there are similar assessment schemes actually. Our work is a credibility assessment on question answer sites. And Fritsch and Cromwell's iterative model tries to cover some document level, information content level characteristics and author level, information source level characteristics as well. In our particular case, we try to relate some content level characteristics to source level characteristics. Yes, and also Walton and Barkel's cognitive model of credibility we see in the literature. They also highlight information source and content related aspects, but they add more. They say that we have to include information receiver related aspects as well in our credibility assessment. In our case, actually, as I said, we covered information source and content related aspects, but we excluded information receiver related aspects in our work. Okay, when we return to the gray literature, these are materials and items that are produced outside of the traditional commercial or academic publishing. There is no peer review as expected in gray literature, for example, but gray literature is valuable resource. It is subjective. And the main disadvantage is it lacks an objective quality assurance methodology. In that sense, schemes providing quality assurance will be helpful to make use of them. Okay, in literature, GL classification is already provided. If we consider this two-dimensional space, in the horizontal axis, we see expertise, and in the vertical axis, we see some kind of control. Okay, and the issue is from the innermost circle to the outermost one, what we see, expertise level is decreased and also control level is decreased. Then when we consider the third level, what kind of sources, information can we see here? Social media, is placed here. What about the second level? In the second level, we see moderate level control and moderate level expertise. Wikipedia question answer sites can be analyzed here. And when we move to the core part, this is journals, most of the journals and books can be considered here. This is the highest level expertise and highest level control when we move to the core. Okay, now when I move to our solution or our problem, we worked on a reputation assessment, author reputation assessment scheme on question answer sites. You know, question answer sites are quite valuable, in particular in software engineering. We targeted Stack Overflow, subset, design pattern stack, and Stack Exchange site as a data source, and we tried to come up with a quality assessment scheme. And what was the particular solution provided? We modeled the problem of author reputation measurement as a classification task on the author provided answers. Yeah, the idea is when an author provides answer, can we determine his reputation from the provided answer as an early filter? That was the idea. Okay, data collection was the first step. We collected some data in design pattern stack, Stack Overflow, and Stack Exchange site. And these are the author and answer data statistics we had in our data set. This is before filtering and also after filtering statistics we see. I will talk about filtering in the coming slides. Okay, I can introduce you the experiment design we constructed. As I said, we formulated the problem as a classification problem, either binary or multi-class classification. Yeah, when we look at here, what we see, we are trying to rely on answers to come up with a label for an author. And here, yeah, we mainly relied on answers here. But in order to provide context for those answers, we also fed title and question in this part. And when we return to the left part here, generating class labels for this problem, this was also the responsibility of the solution. We calculated author total score, author median score, and author mean score in order to determine binary and multi-class labels for those authors. And as a classifier, we relied on state-of-the-art BERT and Distilbert language models. This was the classification solution we constructed for the problem I mentioned. Okay, we applied a simple filtering here. We excluded those users who had answers less than 5, because in that case, they can represent outliers actually. After this filtering, these are the remaining answers and authors. And we had binary classification and multi-class classification, and also label generation was part of the process. For generating multi-class labels, we applied log binning. You know, in social networks, we have power law distribution for authors, users, and this was also the case for question answer sites. Due to this, we applied log binning, which is appropriate for dealing with power law. Okay, this was the multi-class label generation. As for binary label generation, we assumed top 5 to 25% as reputable and bottom 25% as non-reputable, and continued with the classification. Another detail related to experimental methodology was dataset partitioning. We applied that partitioning scheme, but in doing this, we did this partitioning on author level instead of answer level, because there can be a confounding effect due to author characteristics, and we try to deal with this issue. And additionally, instead of performing random partitioning, we applied the partitioning on class basis so that we can deal with the class imbalance problem. Okay, these were the results we get out of this classification task. These are binary classification results. In the environment, we tried BERT, DistilBERT, SVM, and random forest classifiers. You see, BERT and DistilBERT outperforms the others. And SE performance, Stack Exchange dataset performance is higher in general because the dataset size was higher. And multi-class classification results, binary ones are better actually. Okay, and we also performed a case study. Why we performed such a case study? Because the classification model is our proposal, and we generated the ground truth labels, so that we have to have an idea whether this classification solution works or not. These are the research questions of the case study. Authors who are classified as reputable indeed have high quality posts. Non-reputable ones indeed have low quality posts. And can we separate quality with respect to what characteristics? We selected 3 authors here. And in this selection process, here, unanimous decision for all the let's say, numerical ground truth values. Here, all the class labels are minus using our system. Here, unanimous plus, and in between. Okay, also we collected some characteristics, number of answers, average answer length, whether there was non-textual elements in answers. Okay, I continue. Yeah, actually, average answer length was a good indicator in that reputable authors provided significantly longer answers, and also they used extensively those non-textual elements. Okay, and another observation related to author A2. Actually, this author was classified as reputable according to all criteria. When we analyzed his answers, they were high quality and well-formatted answers, indicating that the user is the author is indeed high quality. Yes, and in the discussion part, we said question answer sites are in the middle category, moderate control and moderate expertise. And due to this, there are vast differences in quality within this single gray literature source, and threats to validity must be covered in that sense. Okay, and what can be threats to validity? Maybe I can skip this. Yeah, the users have a few answers, providing fastest answers. Yeah, I can skip in order to meet the schedule. Yes, we provided an author reputation measurement solution. Because we provided ground truth author reputation labels, this work is an attempt actually to relate the knowledge producer's authority to objective measures of knowledge. Some incremental work is required actually to make a whole evaluation. And finally, gray literature is a vital knowledge source in the field of software engineering. Quality assessment schemes are required in this domain, and to the best of knowledge, BERT and Dilbert-based models classifiers are used for the first time in this problem. And what's the promise of the system? Whenever an answer is provided, you can have a prediction about the author's reputation. Yes, and thanks to my students, thank you very much for listening.